Hello all gamers, this is me Cal from Tabletop Banter, and today is another Dark Angels Week video, in which I look at which wing is the title of the video, and basically I'm looking at the different tactical options for Dark Angels, and possibly, the fluff options if you like. So first things first, I should probably mention which are the wings. So there's obviously the Raven Wing, the Deathwing, and what I like to call the Green Wing, or like the Tactical Marine side of it. I think it's best to start, well, we'll go in that order. We'll start with the Raven Wing. So obviously that's all the bike stuff. You get your regular Raven Wing bike squad. You get the Black Knights, I think they're called, which is like a command squad sort of style thing. And I think the thing that a lot of people are looking at with the Raven Wing are the formations. So you have the one which is the attack squadron. So it's a Raven Wing bikes and a land speeder. And that means that Deathwing don't scatter within 12 inches, if you place them within 12 inches if they come from deep strike reserve. So there's a lot of synergy. What I think the general consensus is there's a lot of synergy across Raven Wing and Deathwing for a start, because Raven Wing have teleport homers, and you can put them in these formations. Now the only thing I don't like about that is you can only take one bike squad to that formation. I would have rather been able to take two, because I think I don't like doing 6 bikes in a squad. I like 2 lots of 3. A bit more mobility, few more options. But from what I can tell so far from a few games on a 40 game simulator that a friend of mine and I have been playing lately, is that Raven Wing perform a decent role in claiming objectives and shooting as well. Taken out a few of his Crimson Fist scouts many a time with these, and I think once you look at combining some of the wings together, that's probably where you find them strongest. I think Raven Wing have obviously their special rule, which is the re-rollable jinx save. So you can obviously add modifiers to that, where it becomes a much stronger thing. So I think if you take another formation, you get to add 1 to their cover save. So you end up with a 3+ re-rollable. And because the Black Knights, I think it's called the Black Knights, are skilled riders, they can have a 2-up re-rollable jinx save, which is just ridiculous unless you have ignores cover. So obviously there's a lot of stuff that can be done with Raven Wing on their own. But the way I see them being most used is as a Deathwing support. Well, no, that's not true. That's the way I want to use them. I think that the most way they'll be used is pretty much on their own. So going on to Deathwing, the Deathwing formation is a bit annoying because you can't actually use Deathwing on their own anymore. Unless you go... No, there's actually no way of doing it. Unless you're an Unbound, and I don't believe that's the way that it should be played. This is because you have to start in Deep Strike Reserve, and you can't roll for reserves from turn 1, so they've made them a bit redundant in that respect, which disappoints me because I really like the Deathwing. I think they're really cool. That's the way I want to go with my Dark Angels army, that and Green Wing, with a bit of Raven Wing as well, but I'll talk about that a bit more later. So yeah, Deathwing, standard sort of Terminator things. They are fearless as well, and they overwatch a ballistic skill 2, just like every Dark Angels thing with Grim Resolve. That's their like chapter tactics, if you like. And yeah, I'm a big fan. Obviously you get the Deathwing Knights as well, which have an at initiative AP2 strength ×2 attack, but they only get 1 attack each. But I think that's amazingly cool. It can be really, really handy. Again, as I was playing with this friend of mine before, the weapon skill 5 helped, and so did the smite attack, because it took out 3 of us on a guard in 1 turn, because I was hitting on 3s and because I was winning on 2s, no save. Made them very, very effective. Obviously, if I was up against Space Marines, I'd stick with their AP3 Mace of Redemptions, or Mace of Absolution, I think it is, Flail of Redemption. But I think they're fantastic. I really, really like the Deathwing Knights, and I like the Deathwing in general, because that kind of like bone look is really cool, and it matches my basing scheme, as you will see in a future video when I look at painting a Deathwing. And finally we have the Green Wing. So that's something else I've been exploring a bit. So that's the tactical squads, your sort of anything you can find in a Space Marine codex that's in Dark Angels. So scouts, tactical marines like rhinos, razorbacks, drop pods, dreadnoughts, etc., those kind of things. And the reason I like those is they bring models to the table. 40k is a dice game, volume of dice is kind of a big thing, and having tactical marines with rapid fire bolt guns doesn't hurt. And they can take little bits of plasma here and there as well, which is quite handy. Now, as I said, the way I plan on running it, I think at the moment, is predominantly Deathwing and Greenwing, with a little bit of Ravenwing. So, at the moment, the lists I've been looking at making have been 2 full tactical squads with a plasma gun, sergeant with a plasma pistol, and then I combat squad those. One of them takes a rhino. A cheap librarian as an HQ choice, and then 3 squads of Terminators, and a land speeder and a Ravenwing bike squad as part of a formation. And the reason I really like this is because you get bodies on the table. You get the 20 tactical marines and the librarian. You have an objective secured transport running around. You've got 15 Terminators. Now, they all perform their own roles, obviously. Terminators are there to be a moderately aggressive unit. Excuse me. So I will be sort of, hopefully, the way I look at running them is 2 start on the board and 1 starts in reserve. Probably the Deathwing Knights and a squad on the board, and then a squad in a regular Terminators in reserve. And they have a job, and that job is to get through units, pose a threat, and draw fire, because in the games I played against my friend on this simulator thing online, he has focused a lot of fire into my Terminators, because rightly so, they're a bit threatening. But that does mean that my tactical squads get to mop up objectives, my Ravenwing gets away scot-free. I can cause a lot of trouble because I have these things at my disposal, which are very big targets. And obviously they still perform a purpose because the Terp save keeps them around long enough, they have an invulnerable save. So if you can use them in that way, I think they're really strong. The other thing I'm thinking of doing is Deathwing Knights get a Land Raider, the I can't remember what it's called now, God Pattern or something, which is the twin link las cannons, because I can just sit that in my deployment zone. It's very unlikely to be touched. And if someone's coming towards me, great, because then I can hop out and assault them. And if they go on to another squad, I overwatch a ballistic skill 2 anyway. I don't want to be making all of the charges. There are some charges that I will probably hold off from, so I can get my extra shooting phase in, if you like. Especially if I can actually get to take a Lion's Blade detachment where you overwatch at full ballistic skill. So I'll be hitting on 3s for overwatch. So I'll get 2 shooting phases, 1 in my turn and 1 in their turn. Now I think that is pretty strong, as shooting is the biggest phase in 40k. So the tactical way I would run them is take the Lion's Blade, which is a battle demi company and then another one on top, a different formation. And then I would say probably a little bit of Ravenwing support just in there as well, with some Deathwing, and wait for them to come to you, because you can pump out shots. You maybe have a Devastator squad at the back pumping out shots, and you just wait, because at the end of the day, if they start assaulting you, you'll have full ballistic skill overwatch. You'll have some units get support overwatch as well, like the Tau, which is crazy. So if you can really tee it up like that, that's great. Fluff wise, I think mixed wing is the best way to go. That's my theory, is sort of everyone supports everyone in that kind of Dark Angels way, where they're very helping themselves and their brethren, and I think that's a good way to play them too. So what you'll probably see from me and on this channel when I do my Dark Angels, good amount of tactical marines. I like the bodies on the board, quite a fair number of Deathwing Terminators and Knights and such, and probably a command squad, because I love the way they look. And then some Ravenwing, because they're fun too. I haven't really decided the exact route I'm going to go down yet. I've made a few lists. I'll share one of them with you later on this week, 1500 point list. So there's this video which is discussing which wing, the next video which discusses in depth a bit more, some possible tactical oversights, and then finally I'm going to write a list, and we're going to look at 1500 point lists that I'm going to be running, and then also one I would recommend for slightly more competitive play. Although I'm not a power gamer and a competitive player, so I probably won't build towards this. It's something I wanted to look at anyway. So thank you very much for watching. It's been me, Callum, from Tabletop Banter. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below. Let me know what you thought of this video. what you think of Dark Angels week, and if you want to see any other themed weeks, let me know. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, have fun.